Hi there, I'm Jenny, and I want to welcome you to another edition of Thrive Quick Tips, where you'll get fast and easily implemented strategy that you can use right now to grow your business. Today, I'm going to teach you all about how to use a tech stack to grow your business online. Tech stacks are basically a stack of online platforms that help you grow your business with different ways of doing it. A tech stack can be just a page builder and an email marketing or a CRM, as well as other different tech pieces or platforms that are going to help you bring everything together. I do not like using an all-in-one provider because if you are trying to be an all-in-one, you're usually a master of none. I prefer to work in platforms that have niched down and only do one thing exceptionally well, and then use other platforms that combine with that to make up my tech stack. I've tried the all-in-ones in the past, and that might be the route that you prefer. But in my world, having a all-in-one provider means that something is not going to perform that great. Either the opt-in pages aren't going to perform that great, or the email marketing is not going to perform that great, or something in there is not going to be at the right level for me. I also do not pay for people to be in beta. There's a lot of programs and services out there and platforms that are currently in beta and are trying to grow. They expect and want you to pay a founder's price to help them understand the bugs as well as what they need to do while they're growing. And you're paying for that and you're relying on those systems. Well, anything that's in beta is going to run into some problems at some point of growth or while you're waiting for new features to come on board. I am not at the level where I'm going to wait patiently while somebody's company is bringing on new things into a platform just so I can say I was there first. I did it once. I did it with Webinar Jam and it caused a problem, a very big problem. I've also done it with Kajabi and I learned my lesson there as well. So I am a tech stack girl from here on out, and I'm going to show you what it is that I use. So my tech stack consists of a couple different things. It consists of page builders, or one page builder, an email marketing service, a CRM, and a couple other platforms that help bring it all together. So my page builder, which is incredibly important to me, it's the thing that I covet the most because it's the platform that helps me create sales pages, webinar pages, landing pages, course pages, the things that convert and make me money and grow my list with leads. For me, it's one of the most important pieces of my business. And for that, I'm currently using Clickfunnels. Clickfunnels at the moment is the highest converting landing page or even just sales page software that I am using currently out there. You may disagree and you might love something else, and that is totally okay. But for me, this is what's working the best at this particular time. Will I change in the future? I don't know, but it's possible. But right now, Clickfunnels is what I'm using. The other one that I use right now in terms of building up my business and is part of my tech stack and I cannot live without is my email marketing service, and that is ActiveCampaign. ActiveCampaign has everything I need and nothing I don't. It's at the level that I need it to be at with the tools and the functionality that I require to run my business profitably. I don't need all the bells and whistles of something like Keep, which is also known as Infusionsoft, and I really, really need a lot more functionality than something like Aweber or something like MailChimp. Now, I used Aweber for 5 or 6 years and I grew with it, but then grew out of it. And now ActiveCampaign is at the level that I need it, and it allows for me to grow in the future. I love it. I'm sold, and I'll probably be there for a while. The other thing that I use quite often is Zapier. You might pronounce it Zapier or another different way of talking about it. Zapier is a connection service that connects platform A to platform B, because some of these platforms don't speak to each other and they need something to connect in between through what we call API. And Zapier does that by connecting and saying, when process A happens on platform 1, inform or update platform B and conduct the following series of things. And it can be so simple as when somebody books a call with you on Calendly, that it connects you to your ActiveCampaign and adds them to a list and an automation. Now, recently, Calendly and ActiveCampaign actually now talk to each other through their own API, so I don't need Zapier for that, but at one point I did. So talking about Calendly, Calendly is the email marketing service, the calendar service that I use in my business that I also cannot live without. I was with Visita for at least 5 years, 5, maybe 6 years. And it was expensive, but at the time, again, this was one of these platforms where it was growing and I was paying for it while it was growing. When I left it, it's because it didn't serve me anymore. I was paying a very good amount of money considering it was a founder pricing because I started with them when they first started, but I really wasn't getting all the bells and whistles and everything that I needed to make it useful to me. Their user interface wasn't cutting it for me anymore. And Calendly, when I first saw Calendly a couple of years ago, was so basic, but they've improved. And they're at the point now where I can totally buy into them, and I did so. The other one that I use and I cannot live without is Zoom, which I use for all my calls, recording the podcast, recording videos. I use Zoom exclusively. I don't even know why I have Skype on my computer anymore. I haven't used it in years, and I hopefully will never have to use it again because it was so unreliable. It would drop and cut and video and audio issues all the time. The other thing that I use a lot is a CRM. I tend to use, between what my clients use, Asana, sometimes ClickUp, sometimes Basecamp, but I prefer to use Asana myself. And also some of my clients use Trello. I'm not a huge fan of all of them just because none of them work exactly how I work. So you'll find that I actually write stuff on paper as well, but I still call it part of my tech stack because I still use it for project management. The other thing is my Google Drive. Do not touch my Google Drive. I love my Google Drive. Google Drive is how I communicate with my clients. It's how I organize my business. It's where I put everything. Now, I used to use Dropbox, but Dropbox isn't great for collaboration, or it didn't used to be. It's getting better, but it's still clunky. And Google Drive does it very efficiently and very natively. So it's something that I use every day in my business all the time to communicate. The other one that I use is Otter Ai. Otter Ai is amazing for doing transcription, and I love using it for transcribing videos that I do, as well as the podcast that I do with my co-host, Allison Lex. I also use Captivate.fm to host our podcast, and also I do use things like WordPress and other tech things in my tech stack, but they're less on the importance level than the ones that I've just discussed. So I want you to take a look at your tech stack, and you should be auditing your tech stack every quarter to make sure that you're actually using the products, programs, and services that are in that stack and nothing that you don't need. Get rid of the things that you don't need and make sure that the ones that you do have, that you can actually negotiate a better price. Did you know this? You can buy up to a year's worth of your platform. And by doing so, you can sometimes save 2 or even 3 months of cost. I've even gotten in touch with the platforms and gotten and brokered a better deal than what is on their web pages or what's in their emails. So go out there and try it out. Your tech stack can make or break your business. It's incredibly important that you look at what you have and make sure it's streamlined for you. If you want to know more about the tech stack that I use, then try out Clickfunnels. It has a 14-day trial. You can try it at jennywright.com/Clickfunnels. ActiveCampaign, you can try that at jennywright.com/ActiveCampaign. And I believe with Otter, you can try that at systemtothrive.com/Otter, I believe, or Transcribe. I can't remember, but one of those is going to make it happen. And all of those links that I just referred to are affiliate links. So if you do go through any of those, I might receive a commission as a result. Thank you for listening to this particular Thrive Quick Tips. Please check out the website at systemtothrive.com or find us on your favorite podcast platform for more full-length episodes and actionable information.